The Plymouth Road Runner is one of the most iconic muscle cars of the late 1960s and early 1970s, embodying raw power, simplicity, and affordability. Introduced in 1968 by Plymouth, it was designed as a no-frills performance car that delivered high horsepower and aggressive styling without unnecessary luxury. Unlike other muscle cars that were becoming increasingly expensive and feature-packed, the Road Runner focused on pure performance, making it a favorite among enthusiasts who wanted a fast car at a reasonable price. The idea behind the Road Runner was simple: strip down a mid-size car, equip it with a powerful engine, and sell it for an affordable price. Plymouth executives saw an opportunity to create a muscle car that appealed to the younger generation, who cared more about speed than luxury. The result was a car that combined lightweight construction, a big V8, and minimal features to keep costs down. Plymouth even paid Warner Brothers for the rights to use the Road Runner cartoon character and its famous beep-beep sound, adding a touch of personality to the car. The 1968 Road Runner came standard with a 383 cubic inch V8 producing 335 horsepower. But the real magic happened when buyers opted for the legendary 426 HEMI engine. The HEMI-equipped Road Runner pushed out a monstrous 425 horsepower, making it one of the most powerful cars of its time. With a reinforced suspension, heavy-duty brakes, and a straightforward design, it was built to dominate both the streets and the drag strip. The car's aggressive styling, bold graphics, and unmistakable stance made it instantly recognizable. Sales exceeded expectations in 1968, proving that there was a strong market for an affordable, high-performance muscle car. The success of the Road Runner led Plymouth to refine and enhance the model for 1969. Minor styling updates were made, and a new convertible version was introduced. A special A12 package was also offered, featuring a 446-barrel engine, fiberglass, hood, and performance upgrades that made it a true street beast. The A12 Road Runner was one of the fastest muscle cars of its time, capable of running the quarter-mile in the low 13-second range straight from the factory. By 1970, the Road Runner received a more aggressive front-end design, new stripe packages, and additional performance options. The 446-pack and 426 HEMI remained at the top of the lineup, ensuring that the Road Runner kept its reputation as one of the most formidable muscle cars on the market. Despite increasing government regulations and rising insurance costs, the Road Runner continued to sell well, maintaining its identity as a no-nonsense performance machine. However, as the muscle car era began to decline in the early 1970s, the Road Runner faced challenges: stricter emissions regulations, fuel economy concerns, and insurance premiums made high-performance cars less desirable to mainstream buyers. The 1971 model introduced a new body style with a sleeker, more aerodynamic design, but performance began to take a hit due to government restrictions. While the 426 HEMI was still available, it was becoming increasingly rare. By 1972, horsepower ratings were dropping as emissions controls tightened. The once mighty HEMI engine was discontinued, marking the end of an era for the Road Runner. Despite these challenges, Plymouth continued to produce the Road Runner throughout the 1970s, adapting to the changing market by focusing on appearance, packages, and handling improvements rather than outright horsepower. The 1973 and 1974 models still offered solid performance, but they were a far cry from the high-horsepower beasts of the late 1960s. As the muscle car era faded, the Road Runner gradually lost its edge. By the late 1970s, the nameplate was used on smaller, less powerful cars that no longer carried the same raw performance DNA. The fuel crisis, changing consumer preferences, and tightening regulations had effectively ended the golden age of muscle cars, and the Road Runner was no exception. Despite its decline, the Road Runner's legacy remains strong. It is still regarded as one of the most iconic muscle cars ever built, a symbol of an era when horsepower reigned supreme. Today, classic Road Runners, especially those equipped with the 426 HEMI or the A12 446-barrel package, are highly sought after by collectors and enthusiasts. Their combination of brute force, simple design, and unmistakable style makes them some of the most desirable muscle cars on the market. In recent years, the Road Runner name has occasionally surfaced in automotive discussions, with enthusiasts hoping for a modern revival. While Plymouth no longer exists as a brand, Dodge and Chrysler have kept the muscle car spirit alive with models like the Challenger and Charger Hellcat. These modern muscle cars carry the same philosophy of high performance and aggressive styling that made the Road Runner so popular in its prime. What made the Road Runner truly special was its A.